What is up, my little ratties? Today we're going to be playing Dress to Impress, of course, but today we are going to be switching it up a little bit. So I've noticed a bunch of people on TikTok do this trend where they take the old preset faces and then make them more into like their style, but like keeping the same vibes. I will throw up some TikToks of the people that I am taking inspo from. I don't know who started this, but thank you so much to all of you. I don't really look at Dress to Impress TikTok too much, but every single time I do scroll on it, I see these videos and I think they're just so cool. So I'm going to be trying it out for myself, but in long form, because I feel like it would be cool to kind of explain my thought process, and maybe I can also get a little bit out of my comfort zone, use some features that I don't typically use, because I do kind of have same face syndrome with my custom makeup a little bit, okay? I know what I like and I tend to stick to it, but I do want to branch out a little bit more, and I think that this will be perfect for it. So let's head over into the dressing room, and I do have a few outfits saved that I'm going to be using. So for example, this one is the first face that we're going to be recreating. I gave her some hair so she wasn't bald, and I really like this face. I feel like it's super interesting looking. So the first thing that I want to do is try to find these eyes over here so I can use them as like my base. I don't know which eyes those are though. Oh wait, these ones. I think they were just blue maybe. Like that, right? I think so. Let's compare. Yes, those are definitely the same eyes. Okay, and then for the lips, I don't know if I'm gonna keep those exact ones, but let's put them on just in case I do want to use those. Those are just these, I believe. Okay, that's fine. Now for the eyebrows, I don't really love those ones. I do think we should keep maybe more of like a sad vibe to them though. So maybe something more like furrowed. Some of these eyebrows just look so angry though, and I don't love the look of them. And I think these are cute, but they're just so small and they come down so close to the eyeball. Ooh, wait, oh my gosh, these are so perfect. Okay, we're gonna do those. And then now we have something in every category. Let's just also add a little face highlight. This one looks like it's gonna be too yellow for the skin tone, even though I have it like as white as it can be. So maybe we'll do one of these instead. Typically for my faces, I always use this one, but I do think it would be fun to try something else for this one. Also, you guys, I just thought I should add that I know so many people ask for like custom makeup tutorials for my faces, and I'm actually going to be releasing a little bit of like a custom makeup guide next week. So keep your eyeballs peeled for that, okay? It's coming, I swear. I don't really love a lot of these. I don't know. I think that I'm gonna do this one because it kind of reminds me of this highlight, but it is a little bit more subtle. And now for my favorite part, all of like the accessories and stuff. So we obviously need a nose. Which nose is the question though? I don't want them to be too close to the lips. That's usually like the biggest issue that I have when picking a nose. Because if it's this close, it just kind of looks like I'm just smelling my lip all day, and I don't really love the look of that personally. That's also why I was a little bit hesitant about these lips, because they do come up a lot higher than some of the other ones, so it makes it harder to like match a nose with it. I think we are just gonna have to pick different lips. That's okay though. That is the point of this whole thing. I'm supposed to make them look a little bit different. So what kind of has that same shape? Honestly, I think maybe like these DLC lips would be super pretty, and we can make them like this shade to kind of match that same thing. Okay, now the nose situation should be a lot easier. I really like comboing, where is it? This nose right here with another one. I think it's this one, and then we'll just drag this and put it underneath that one. And this looks a little bit too pink, so we'll just make sure all of that's white. I think that looks super cute. I also want to add some blush, so maybe we'll do like this, and we'll just make that a little bit blue so it's not as pink. We can tone it down a little bit, and we'll also add this blush. Oh gosh, I look like I just got beat up. Okay, never mind. We don't need the double blush. I do want to add some moles though. We'll just do these and maybe some other details. I think a little eyeliner moment would be so pretty, and we'll just make that black. Oh no, wait, it doesn't like line up with the eyes. Okay, maybe not that one, unfortunately. We could do, oh no, wait, that one doesn't line up either. Maybe this eyeliner? Ooh, that's cute. It kind of gives like a little cut crease moment. And is there anything else that I should add? I don't know. I feel like she looks more tired over here, and I really wanted to kind of convey that over here as well, but maybe there's an eyeshadow I could do. This one kind of makes the smoky eye look a little bit more intense, so without it and then with it on, I think that looks good. And maybe I should also make my nose a little bit darker. I don't know why it looks so pink. Okay, I neutralized it a little bit with some blue, and I think that looks a lot better. I want to mess around with these lips a little bit more. I don't know if these are the perfect fit. I think maybe that's also why my face doesn't look as sad as the original one, because those definitely aren't sad lips. Not even a little bit. Okay, here's the original lips on this face. I still don't think I really love those, even with everything finished. I'm really struggling with the lips. That is usually where the hardest spot is for me though, so I'm not too surprised. I'm just really picky when it comes to the lips, I think. I feel like these are honestly super cute, and they do kind of have the same shape as those. Maybe it should just be a bit darker though, like that almost. Okay, I think that actually looks pretty cute. I think we're gonna call this done. I feel like this looks pretty similar to that face. Let's go save it so we can compare and contrast. Okay, just as a refresher, this is exactly how it looked before. This is the original face, and then here is my version. Honestly, I feel like this turned out pretty cute, and I think we did a good job at keeping the same essence as the original face. Let me know though, are there any changes that you would have made, anything that you don't like? But regardless, we are going to be moving on to the next face now. So here is the next one that we're going to be doing. I love this face. I think it's so cute. All she's missing is a nose, and I can't wait to give that to her. Okay, so let's find those eyes once again. I think that they're these ones. And then for the lips, which ones are they? I'm kind of stuck between these and also these because they look kind of similar. I think that they're these though. I'm just gonna assume that they are. And then let's do our eyebrows because I just don't really know eyebrows. I don't know which ones are good and which ones are bad. I like these though. I think those are super cute. And then we are gonna add the highlight that I was talking about, but I want to tone it down just a little bit so it's not as bright like that. And for our nose, guys, I really don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep these lips just because they are so big. Yeah, they're just way too close to the lips. I think I'm gonna do this nose, but I do have to change these lips. Ooh, wait. These look like a great alternative. Okay, let's make those maybe like this shade. Actually, I don't know, because it looks like a lot of these older lips actually are a bit more peachy. Like this is a very orange toned lip, so I do want to kind of try to recreate that a little bit. I wonder why they kind of stopped using those as much. I feel like all of the lips now are either red or pink. I don't know though, because this one's a little bit more peachy as well. I don't usually use preset faces though, so I guess I just don't really pay attention too much. I feel like this is looking so cute though. Oh my gosh, she looks so adorable. Okay, let's add some blush. I'm gonna add this blush. It's one of my favorites, and then maybe we'll just make it like a little bit blue and darker. I'm gonna add freckles to this one as well. I think that looks so cute. Now I'm gonna look through the eyeshadows. I don't typically add eyeshadows to my custom makeup though. I don't know. I really like the simple and clean look to the custom makeup. I wonder what this one would look like. It's cute, but she kind of looks like she has a more smoky eye, and it just doesn't really look very good if I make it darker. Oh, maybe I can add the eyeliner to this one. Is it this one? Oh gosh, I hope not. That didn't look good. Ooh, that is so cute. I love the inner eye corner here. I do this with my eyeliner as well, and I just think it looks so cute. I think I do want to make this nose a bit darker though, because I feel like it kind of blended in with the skin tone a little bit, and I don't really love that look. I think I'm also just going to add some moles onto this one as well, and then I think that she's done. I feel like this looks so freaking cute. I really like this recreation, and it definitely doesn't look like a lot of my custom makeup faces because like I said, I do kind of have same face syndrome, I can't lie, but I really like the way this turned out. Okay, just as a reminder, this was the face that we started with. This is the original, and this is the updated stylized version to fit my custom makeup style, and I think it turned out so good. Again, let me know if there's any changes that you would make or anything that you just generally don't like on the face, and let's move on to the next one. Okay, here is the next face that we're going to be recreating. I think that this one is also super duper cute. I really do like a lot of the older custom makeup faces. They're just missing their noses, which is so sad. Okay, what eyes are those? I don't even know. I don't think I've ever used those like in my own faces. Oh wait, oh my gosh, I found them first try, period. Okay. What lips are those though? I don't think those are the same. Okay, I think that they're these lips. Let me just double check though. Yes, okay, they definitely are. I just chose a different color, and then, oh no, I lost the eyes. Okay, I found them. Oh my goodness. Let's do our eyebrows. Again, I just really suck at the eyebrows, so I just kind of click around until I see one that doesn't look crazy. Like these. These are one of my favorite eyebrows. I think they're cute and they're fully recolorable, which is always a plus. And And let's also add, again, my favorite highlights. This is way too light for me though. I don't really love the powdered donut look, so we're gonna tone that down. I think that this is still cute and I like it. It does add a little bit of dimension to the face. And then for our nose, I think that I want to do this one. And again, these lips really just aren't going to work. I don't love how close they are. I do want to do some bigger lips though, so I'm honestly thinking maybe we'll do these. These were also one of my favorite custom makeup lips. I would use them in all of my faces back in the day. I think that I will use these though, because they seem like more of an equivalent to these lips than the other ones did. I do want to add some eyeshadow to this one. I feel like a more smokier look like this would be super cute. And maybe also, oh no, I think that's maybe a bit too dark for the makeup. We could do this one though. It just adds a little bit of something up here. And I'm gonna add this same blush again, but we'll tone that down so it doesn't look like I got beat up again. And then let's add some moles and we'll just make those all the way black with maybe a little piercing. I think that's a cute little addition. And oh my gosh, this one was a speed run. I think that I'm already done. I can't add anything else even if I wanted to, because unfortunately you can only have 6 details. But I feel like this turned out super cute and it does still kind of look similar to this one. I tried my best to keep the same vibes at least. Just as a reminder, here is the original face. I think that we already had a wonderful base to start off with. And then here is my stylized custom makeup version. I feel like this turned out super cute, but again, if there are any details that you don't like or things that you would add, please let me know. Also, do you like my version more or the preset version? I should have been asking that this whole time. Oh my goodness, what if you think the other one was better? I'd be so sad, but honestly let me know because I need to hear the truth. But anyways, let's move on to the next one. Here is the next face that we are going to be recreating. I think that this one is so freaking gorgeous. Again, all it's missing is the nose. I guess if you don't really like the noses though, this face is probably perfect for you. I don't know which eyes those are though. I seem to just never know, unfortunately. Oh, these ones. I found them. Those are the same, right? Yes, okay. And then I really like those lips actually. I would like to keep them if the nose doesn't become an issue or anything. Wait guys, I can't find the lips. What the heck? Wait. I think I found them, but I'm a bit confused. I'm like 99% sure that they are these lips, but they're not two-toned. They only have one shade, which is so sad because they definitely are two-toned in like the preset face. And I think that adds a lot of realism, but it's okay. I guess I'll just get over it. I don't really know what color I want to go for then though. Maybe something like this. I feel like that looks pretty similar to the preset face. Unfortunately, these are older eyes as well, so I don't have the ability to change the shading around them. So I just have this like weird white highlight. Maybe I can kind of cover it up with some eyebrows though. I don't know. I'm really glad that they added that new feature though to the new stuff because it really was so hard to make faces with darker skins just because everything had this shading around it. I think I want to use these eyebrows. I feel like they have the more angrier look just like these do. It's definitely more like a model face than my typical like cutesy faces. We're gonna add this highlight again, but I am going to just tone it down so it's not literally white. I think this shade is perfect. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's also add a nose. I'm gonna use this nose. It's one of my favorite ones. I believe it is also a doll code nose, but it's just so cutesy and buttony. I love it. I actually think that the lips work perfectly for this as well, so hallelujah. I really wanted to use them. I love an Aegyo style look, so I'm gonna add this eyeshadow. I think it works perfectly for this, and then we're just gonna make that a little bit darker because it gives this little like puffy under eye. I'm obsessed. I think it looks so adorable. I'm also just going to add my favorite blush again, but we'll tone that down so it's not all the way black. I'm going to add some moles to this face as well. I think we'll do this one. I think that I'm also going to add this little nostril piercing. I feel like that would add a little bit of charm to the face. And I'm going to make mine blue just to cancel out the gold so it can be more of a silver shade. I think that's how that works at least. And honestly, I feel like this is perfect. I really like this face again. I feel like it doesn't really look too much like a lot of my custom makeup faces because I don't really use a lot of these features. Obviously they are older, so they take more effort to style, I think, but I really like the way this turned out. Again, as a reminder, this is the face that we started off with, the preset face, and then here is my custom makeup stylized version. I feel like this turned out so cute. It's definitely my favorite one, I think, out of all of the ones that we've done. Again, if there are any changes that you would make or anything that you don't like, please let me know. Alright you guys, that was all we had time for today. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I was trying to do something a little bit bit different. So if you did like today's video, please let me know. It would really help me out to know what kind of content you guys want to see. And please let me know what your favorite recreation was. I'd be so interested to know. But if you like today's video, make sure to leave a like, maybe comment, maybe subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.